What's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. We've got the latest on the Dodgers' pursuit of Cincinnati Reds ace Luis Castillo, and there's a hated team now that's involved in trying to trade for him. We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder, for all the latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, breakdowns, interviews, and more all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you think the Dodgers need Luis Castillo, and do you think they should trade for him? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. And if you were the Dodgers, would you give up Bobby Miller or Ryan Pepiot for Luis Castillo? Let me know down below. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So what a wild week it's been here in Los Angeles. One of the most highly anticipated All-Star games in recent memory has came and went. Clayton Kershaw, he showed out. The big moment where he picks off Shohei Ohtani. Tony Gonsolin did have the same amount of success. I don't know if Giancarlo Stanton's home run ball has even landed just yet, but all in all, it was a great success. And Luis Castillo, he did pitch in that game, and he pitched well. Pitched one inning, had two punch-outs, a scoreless frame for La Piedra, and now all the attention is focused on where he's going to go at the deadline, because the Reds will be dealing Luis Castillo. The only question is, where will he be going? Will it be the Dodgers? Will it be the Yankees? Or will it be the Houston Astros? Yes, the Houston Astros, they're now in the mix to trade for Luis Castillo. Today, the New York Post MLB insider John Heyman wrote, "The Yankees and Dodgers have been seen as among the favorites for All-Star pitcher Luis Castillo, the top starter on the market. But the Astros are among other teams showing keen interest in Castillo." Sweeney Murty of WFan first mentioned this. So first things first, as always, let's break out the Dodgers rumor meter. And for this rumor that has the Dodgers, Yankees, and now Astros involved in talks to trade for Luis Castillo, I'm giving this one 3 Dodger dogs. 3 Dodger dogs. There's definitely some serious smoke here. And yes, it feels like Luis Castillo's name has been included in trade rumors for what feels like years now, but this is the deadline the Reds are actually going to deal him. They've held on to him, but they're due for a massive rebuild in Cincinnati, and based on everyone I've talked to, he gone. They're moving Luis Castillo. This is the deadline for it, and he still has another year of team control left. So whoever gets Luis Castillo has him for the rest of this season and the postseason, and the next season and the postseason. So you're getting 2 postseasons out of Luis Castillo, and he is a surefire frontline starter. Now, the thing that you might be wondering is, why would the Dodgers, Yankees, and Astros, the 3 teams who have the 3 best records in Major League Baseball, they have the 3 best team ERAs in Major League Baseball, and if you look more specifically at starting pitching, they also have the 3 lowest ERAs in the league. The Dodgers coming in at first with a 2.74 ERA, then the Astros at 3.14, and the Yankees close behind with a 3.26 ERA. So yes, on the surface, it might appear like these 3 teams, they don't need an elite starting pitcher. They don't need to add a frontline ace-level pitcher like Luis Castillo, because their rotations have been getting it done all season long. Yes, that might be the case, but there are some questions with the starting pitching of the Los Angeles Dodgers. One, who is their opening day starter? Who was their preseason ace? That was Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler, he was having a rocky year. He ends up getting injured, had that flexor strain in his arm, in his forearm, and you saw the velocity was up in his last start, and a lot of people think that was because he was overthrowing a little bit. He had some diminished velocity, diminished spin rate, also a diminished effectiveness in that 4-seam fastball. The 4-seam fastball was the pitch that made Walker Buehler special. It was the pitch that he dominated hitters with. You saw the perceived rise. You could get out of big jams by just mowing guys down and dominating hitters with it. And you guys know I bring my facts to the fight. And unfortunately, Walker Buehler's 4-seam fastball has gone from one of the most effective in baseball to one of the least effective in baseball. Before he went down with the injury, opponents were hitting 368 off of it, and they were slugging 610. Now you compare that to Luis Castillo, who has one of the best 4-seam fastballs in the game. So far this season, opponents are hitting 136 off of it and slugging just 210. That's the 3rd lowest in the league off that pitch against the starting pitcher. So you are seeing the trend around the league where you're seeing less 4-seam fastball, less heaters. You're seeing more off-speed pitches, but the Dodgers realize that that is what plays up in the postseason. If you have a starting pitcher that can dominate hitters with the fastball like Luis Castillo can, like Walker Buehler did in 2020, it really goes a big way. And this is no slight, this is no slander to Walker Buehler. He's been a great pitcher for the Dodgers, but I do think that those 226 innings that he pitched last season, which were the most in all of Major League Baseball by 13 innings, they took its toll on him this season. So I do think he's gassed. I think Butane is out of gas a little bit this season, and I don't think the Dodgers should just bank on him coming back and being able to be that guy he was in previous postseasons where he was just absolutely dominating hitters. I think they realize they have a lot of dimensions in this rotation, and Luis Castillo, he can fill that role. He can fill that void left by Walker Buehler, and you also don't put all the pressure in the world on Buehler to come back and try to be that guy that he was in the past. So why should the Dodgers trade for Luis Castillo? Well, so they could add a dominating starting pitcher. They have some great starting pitchers right now in this rotation, but not guys that can dominate you with the heater like Luis Castillo can. Yes, Clayton Kershaw, he's been fantastic. He's still lethal when he has the feel for that slider. Yes, Julio Urias, when he has the feel for that slurve, you can also use that fastball, that elevated heater to keep guys off balance. Tony Gonsolin has had an absolute breakout season. He's been a revelation for LA with that split field, using the heater, using the curveball, using his pitch mix. But could you see some regression with Tony Gonsolin? You saw him struggle in his last outing, gave up 4 runs, gave up a couple home runs in the All-Star game, which I don't really make much of. But you also have to realize that every time that Tony Gonsolin steps out there on the mound, he's setting a new career high in innings pitched. He's already over 30 innings more this season than he has for his entire career. So do you want to really burn out Tony Gonsolin, or maybe later in the season to use Tony Gonsolin and Tyler Anderson and maybe a Dustin May in a piggyback type situation, and you have your starting rotation with Luis Castillo and Clayton Kershaw and Julio Urias, and that's kind of the front of the rotation, as well as Walker Buehler if he comes back healthy. And you also have Mitch White, who was very effective last night, took a no-hitter deep into the game, but what happened? Phil Bickford, he didn't get the job done. He created a mess for Alex Vesia, who gave up a grand slam. So Mitch White, maybe he could slide into the bullpen, and that is what Andrew Friedman does. You add another starter, it shifts more quality into that bullpen. And look, I'm usually a big never say never guy, but I can almost guarantee you that Andrew Friedman isn't going to go out there and make a move for an impact reliever. You're not going to see him go out there and trade for a Bednar type or anyone like that, and rightfully so. It doesn't make a lot of sense to trade for impact relievers considering how volatile they are, how different they are. One year they're hot, the next year they're not, and it just doesn't make sense. But what Andrew Friedman does do is he trades for impact bats and impact starting pitchers. Now, what Andrew Friedman has shown us is his willingness to go out there and get an impact starting pitcher, an impact bat. That's when he turns on those red laser eyes and go gets himself a Max Scherzer type or a Trey Turner type, and he did part ways with the 2 top prospects. So don't think that he's hugging these prospects at the top. Everyone is available depending on who is available. So what trade package would get it done for the Dodgers to land them Luis Castillo? I'm glad you asked, because the Athletics' Fabian Ardaya, he proposed this trade. He said the Dodgers give up Ryan Pepiot, James Outman, and Kyle Hurd for Luis Castillo. And Ardaya wrote in his piece, to sweeten the deal a bit more, the Dodgers could include Kyle Hurd, who came from the Marlins, along with reliever Alex Vesia for Dylan Floro. Hurd was just promoted to Double-A, having posted a 2.21 ERA through 13 appearances at High A to start the year. Now, would that get it done? Ryan Pepiot, he's already shown that he can pitch at the big league level. He has that filthy changeup. James Outman, he's improved with the stick. He can play Gold Glove caliber defense. Kyle Hurd, that's a big lottery ticket prospect right there. Still very low in the totem pole when it comes to where he's at, but I think that would be very iffy. I don't know if the Reds would accept that package. I think that if you're going to make Ryan Pepiot the headliner, you're probably going to have to include Andy Pages. Andy Pages, a better prospect than James Outman, and then maybe a Jose Ramos, maybe even a James Outman, unless you want to part ways with Bobby Miller. If the Dodgers really wanted Luis Castillo badly, and they really want to keep him away from 2 teams they could face in the World Series, in the Yankees and the Astros, they might have to include Bobby Miller. So that might feel like an overpay to some, but if you include a Bobby Miller and an Andy Pages and then an Eddie's Verlander, that would probably get the deal done. But if you look at last year's deal that the Toronto Blue Jays made with the Minnesota Twins to get Jose Barrios, they gave up the number 16th overall prospect in Major League Baseball in Austin Martin, and then Simeon Woods Richardson, who was the 68th prospect in Major League Baseball. And right now, Bobby Miller, the 26th prospect in MLB, Andy Pages, the number 47. So could that get the deal done? I think it would be a very strong offer. It would be the best pitcher that the Astros, Yankees, or Dodgers could offer, and I think that if you're the Reds, you could feel good about that deal. But ideally, if I'm the Dodgers, I'm keeping, of course, Diego Cartaya and hopefully Bobby Miller. But everyone else really is available for Luis Castillo, in my opinion. That's how valuable starting pitching is. And this team, you add another starter, you add depth to this bullpen. This team really loads up for a deep postseason run where they put themselves in a great position to win the whole damn thing, and that is why we play this game. But let me know down below in the comment section, would you be willing to part ways with Bobby Miller and Ryan Pepiot for Luis Castillo? Do you consider it a big need on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you think the Dodgers need Luis Castillo? Let me know. He's been one of, if not the hottest pitcher in baseball, 129 ERA in his last 3 starts. Just imagine what Mark Pryor could do with Luis Castillo. He could unlock him and take him to a whole nother level. But let me know down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the Dodgers trade rumors all trade season, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.